going to teach on today is the subject from hearing to knowing the voice of God.
Good.
Now, some may think hearing and knowing is the same thing, or that it should be hearing versus knowing. And when I originally started putting this together, I had hearing versus knowing. But what I was shown is that you can never know if you never hear.
That's true.
It's not either or, but both are necessary. In the book of Samuel, 1 Samuel, we learn there is a difference. 1 Samuel, 3rd chapter, and y'all know my favorite version is the Amplified. It says, "Now the boy Samuel ministered to the Lord before Eli." We're starting at verse 1. "The word of the Lord was rare and precious in those days. There was no frequent or widely spread vision. At that time, Eli, whose eyesight had dimmed so that he could not see, was laying down in his own place. The lamp of God had not yet gone out of the temple of the Lord, where the ark of God was. And Samuel was laying down when the Lord called Samuel. And he answered, 'Here I am.' And he ran to Eli and said, 'Here I am, for you called me.' Eli said, I did not call you. Lie down again.' So he went and lay down, and the Lord called again, 'Samuel.' And Samuel arose and went to Eli and said, 'Here am I. You did call me.' Eli answered, 'I did not call, my son. Lie down again.' Now Samuel did not yet know the Lord, and the word of the Lord was not yet revealed to him. And the Lord called Samuel the 3rd time, and he went to Eli and said, 'Here I am, for you did call me.' Then Eli perceived that the Lord was calling the boy.
Hallelujah.
So Eli said to Samuel, 'Go lie down, and if he calls you, say, "Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening." So Samuel went and lay down in his place. And the Lord came and stood and called as at other times, "Samuel, Samuel." Then Samuel answered, "Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening."
Hallelujah.
From that passage, we clearly see that Samuel was hearing, but didn't know the voice that was speaking. This is why he kept running to Eli. So I pose this question: how many of us are running because we are hearing but don't know the voice? But what we also have to consider is the voice came to Samuel because Samuel ministered before the Lord. Now the word hearing is defined as the sense through which a person is aware of sound, the ability to hear, the process, function, or power of perceiving sound, specifically. But the word hear, not hearing, the word hear means to perceive or apprehend by the ear, or to have the capacity of apprehending sound. here also means to gain knowledge, to listen with attention, to gain information, and to receive communication. Now the word knowing, it means acquaintance or cognizance. Also having or reflecting knowledge, information, or intelligence. Shrewdly and keenly alert. Astute. This is what knowing means. Are you hearing the difference between the two? Now the word know means to perceive directly, to have direct cognition, to have understanding, to recognize the nature of, be acquainted or familiar with, to have experience. Now the word hear occurs 550 times in the Bible. But the word know occurs 763 times in the Bible. Now in Exodus 20 and 19, it says, "And they said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, and we will hear. But let not God speak with us, lest we die." Question: how many of us want others to speak, but fear hearing the voice of God?
Come on.
Now in the Hebrew, the word hear means to listen, to obey, to hear with attention or interest, to give heed, consent, agree, to grant request, to be regarded. It also means to summon, to cause to tell, proclaim, or utter a sound. That's the Hebrew. Now Revelations 2 and 7, and also Revelations 2 and 29, and there's two other scriptures in Revelations that say the same thing, and they all start the same way. He who is able to hear, let him listen to and give heed to what the Spirit says to the churches. Now here in the Greek, it means to attend to, consider what is or has been said, to understand and perceive the sense of what is said, to comprehend. Now, for me personally,